Hi guys, afternoon. So the clean-a-thon continues. So on to Bay 4 now. I've already done the P40s the other day and cleaned all that shelf. So stripped it all down. And now we're into lightnings and Thunderbolts. Quite surprising really when you sort of take them off and you realise how much you've got. So basically what I've had to do, initially on the top shelf there was P47s. And I had 3 shelves of P38s and then the rest of the P47s. So by doing this, I'm obviously going to unite all the P47s together and then do 3 of the bottom shelves as P38, so it makes more sense. So quick overview before we get into it. So there's all the lightnings along there. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27 P38 lightnings. And then onto this side, all the P47s. And going through them, it's shocking how many you have of the same sort of fighter group. Bear with me, I've made a little bit of an error parking this one up here. I want to put all the Duxford ones together. Bear with. So, in terms of P47s, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the 44 P47s there, which is a pretty hefty amount. So let's just talk you through them all one by one. So I've logged, sort of put them all together called D-Day base. So they might not have the top D-Day stripe, but they've got D-Day stripes underneath. So we've got different brands on here. We've got Corgi, we've got Herpa, we've got Atlas, Oxford, IXO and Matchbox. And we've got the second version of Atlas as well. So quite a few different brands on there. Now Amacom do one as well, so I've got to try and have a look out for that because, you know, I'm just a complete collector who needs everything. So let's go through the first one. So the first one is quite a standard Corgi one to get, and that's Easy Does It. The P38 with the glazed nose. In resplendent in its full D-Day stripes, relatively easy to find online, and lovely looking model, actually just looks the part. Then next to that, underneath, is probably my favourite P38 of the lot, and that's California Cutie. For those who remember, this is the aircraft that the fighter collection at Duxford used to fly and unfortunately perished at Flying Legends in 1996, which was horrible to see, with the pilot Hoof Proudfoot of the controls. Beautiful aircraft, really was, but you know, it is what it is. And then at the front, and that's by Corgi, sorry. And at the front here we've got an IXO one. So this is part of the old IXO magazine series. Just a standard P38 with the yellow nose on the front. Really, really nice looking model, actually, a good shape. Nice paint job as well, isn't it? Very brittle undercarriage, which is a bit of a problem. Then next to that we have the iconic Scat 4. This is a hard aircraft to find. I believe this one is the Matchbox version on a Corgi stand with the rockets underneath. And then underneath that you've got the other Scat. And this is 2. Is that 2? Yeah, that's Scat 2. And the one above it is also Scat 2. So it's not Scat 4. Scat 4 is a Mustang. So my apologies. And this is the Corgi version. Really hard to find. I remember finding this really cheap and I was over the moon. Beautiful aircraft. Obviously quite a famous pilot as well. Then next to that I've got another Easy Does It, which just sort of rocked up in the collection somehow. Then we have another Matchbox P38 Lightning in D-Day stripes. Really, really lovely looking scheme. Just don't like the rockets underneath though, which is a pain in the arse. Then we have the Happy Jacks Go Buggy. So I have 2 versions of this. We'll get to the non-D-Day stripe version in a minute. And obviously I have the P38 that comes with it as well, which would come with the standard 1-drop tank, which was a bit of a pain in the arse. Then we have the D-Day PR P38. What a lovely scheme this is. Got the D-Day stripes underneath. Beautiful blue with the yellow nose as well. Then I have an Oxford one, which is Major Morris R. McClary of the 55th Fighter Squadron. It does say it's... in fact, I don't think that is the right one. It's probably a different one because it wouldn't have been 1943 with D-Day stripes on. So ignore that. But nice looking scheme nonetheless. The only thing is, obviously, with the Oxford, they don't have the movable props. Then next to that, we have Scrap Iron 4. This is quite an important aircraft in the collection because it's the pre-pro version of the actual aircraft itself. So I didn't get a box of it, but it was a pre-pro. So it was the first produced in that series. So nice to have in the collection. And next to that is the second Happy Jacks Go Buggy. This is a Witty Wings Sky Gardener. I didn't mention them earlier because I've got that one as well. There's also a Gemini one in this lot, I think, as well. So nice looking model, but without the D-Day stripe, so relatively plain. Right, so walking around. Here's a different brand. This is Ski-Doo, representing the aircraft out of Chino in California. And this is a Herpa one. Really nice looking model, but my God, was it a pain in the arse to put together. But nice nonetheless. Then you've got an Atlas, the original Atlas Editions dueling fighter. And this come with, I think it was an FW190D Adorer. Then another Oxford aircraft. I think this is the original one we were talking about just a minute ago on the different stand. Then we have the Corgi Pack 3, which is one of the, obviously an iconic scheme. Then this one here is a War Master version. I forget the name of this aircraft. So I can't remember what it was called. I'm trying to look what it is. Pup Maru, that's it. Used to be owned by Tom Blair out in Florida. Then you've got a couple of the new Atlas Editions aircraft, Pudgy, and I forget the name of the other one, I can't say. There's another Pudgy. This is part of the Warbirds range by Corgi, which was undercarriage up only, but nice. We've then got a Pacific Theatre. Forget again, I can't read that, but I know Corgi were going to make this one at one point, but it got cancelled. Nice looking scheme with the sharp motif on the engines. Then we've got Miss Virginia. This one really, again, it's a lovely scheme. It's a little bit gappy, this release, for some reason. Not their finest effort, but beautiful scheme. This is the one that shot down, I forget his name, Admiral. Well, it was in a Betty, I forget. So my brain is completely gone this afternoon, as you can probably guess. But it's a lovely looking aircraft, obviously representing aircraft out of the Pacific. Then this is my first ever P-38 Lightning. This was the Royal Australian Air Force Southeast Asian Command version. Got this from a model zone at Lakeside. Really, really nice looking aircraft. I remember getting it and just being absolutely blown away when it turned up. And the final one looks like an Easy Does It that's been put into Code 3, an RAF Mediterranean or desert aircraft. They had one out in the desert and it's representing that. But again, it's something a little bit different to put in the collection. So that's the P-38s covered. Admiral Yamamoto, sorry, there you go. Just come to me. He was shot down by a pair of P-38 Lightnings who was flying in a Betty. I forget, but it must be over Papua New Guinea or somewhere like that. So now onto the P-47. So again, various brands of aircraft here, mainly Corgi. We've got some Oxford, Atlas, Dragon. Trying to think who else is what we got here. IXO. Oh, we'll get to them in a minute. Matchbox. I'm looking through them, trying to find out. But yeah, again, a variety of brands. And Amacom as well. A real... All right, guys. Good to see you, mate. Well, not really see you. I just see you like two hands waving at me. But yeah, so let's start off. And what's blown me away whilst getting all these out and trying to rearrange them, because obviously when you set them up, and I keep saying this on all different videos, you set them up and you sort of get them and you put them out as you go and you're trying to put them in there. But when you move things around, as I found out with the Phantoms this morning, like things fall off. So it's a real pain in the arse. So getting them out onto a big table, or in this case a pool table, you could put them into squadron order, and the amount of aircraft that I've got which fall into the same squadrons or fighter squadrons in this case is unbelievable, and it's blown me away. But you'll see as we go through them in here. So first up is a couple of Dragons. You've got a big arse bird there with the sort of the German flag colours on the tail, and then you've got Saucy Susie, and the same aircraft that flies in that squadron, and I can't even read the name on it. Is that one there? But this is a Corgi Legends release with the fixed undercarriage. I didn't realise I had it until I just literally just pulled it off the shelf. But they're three aircraft of the same fighter squadron. You then got Maggie, which is probably up there with my favourite P-47s, with probably Snafu, I guess. Really nice looking aircraft with the LH signature. I forget that, is it Leaston this was out of? Might have been Leaston. But yeah, lovely scheme. The fighter collection actually repainted their No Guts, No Glory into something very similar to this for an air show they did out there, or in the late 90s, I guess. Then next to that, you've got Rosy Def 2, which is again a Corgi Legends release. And then behind that, you've got QIC, which is I think this is an Oxford one rather than an Atlas, with the QI code. I don't believe there's another QI coded aircraft in the collection there. No, actually that is in fact an Atlas, looking at that one. So then on to the next scheme. Now we've got the Duxford Big Wings. So the first one's Oki, which is a Dragon aircraft, which, you know, anybody's not got Dragon, for me, the best P-47s out there. They do both the bubble top, the D and the Cs. Then next to that, you've got my favourite out of the lot, which is trying to hide behind it, and which is Snafu, the ex-Duxford resident, which of course was originally War Eagle. And then behind that, you do have War Eagle, which is a Corgi Collectors Club special. Again, that's a Razorback version that goes nicely with it. Same squadron, or same base anyhow, Zombie with a HL prefix. And then you've got, and that's an IXO. And then you've got one of my other favourites, which is No Guts, No Glory, which is of course now repainted as Nelly, based with the, oh my God, what they called? The group down at Sywell, which Dan actually works on now. Oh my God. The Ultimate Fighters, there you go, finally got that together. And then behind that we've got a Forces of Valour one with a HL prefix, again a Duxford based aircraft. It's unnamed, but it's HLV, so it's likely to be Zombie. And then behind that, a QP based aircraft. This one here is Spirit of Atlantic City. And then behind that you have Boise B. And then behind that is a further one, which is in fact a Dragon. These two are actually Corgi, and the one behind that, the QPL, is a Dragon. Then behind that, oh, sorry, I'm going to have to go around the other side of the table. There's this lovely beast of an aircraft. Again, another Dragon, unusual looking scheme with the coloured cowling, really nice. And then there's some Pacific, I sound like Del Boy, Pacific aircraft. This one's Bonnie. Had the same guy's Mustang as well. And then you've got Miss Mary Lou and Daring Dottie as well. Both Pacific-based aircraft and both Corgi. So back round to go. Well, I've done my ankle in at football, taking race football the other day. I tell you, it's half hard to move around. Then we've got a couple of air sea rescue aircraft. You've got 5FA and 5FG. The first one's a War Master. The second one is in fact a Corgi. Then you have a Razorback Mustang of the 352nd, and that one's called Sweetie, which is a PZR code. And then behind that we're into the HV prefixes. This one is Lanny Lanowski's aircraft, the HVZ. So you can see the Polish motive on the cowling there. Then behind that you've got HVA, and you've got HVZ and HVM. Another HVA there as well. So a variety of different aircraft. So the one here is in fact a Dragon. The one behind that is an Amacom. Then you've got a Corgi Warbirds release, so which is Penji 2, which is undercarriage up only. And then you've got a HVA, which is in fact a Forces of Valour aircraft. But again, you know, a nice variety of aircraft there and schemes. Then we're on to Rosy Def 2 and Rosy Def. So these were both Legends releases with fixed undercarriage. And then another one which I didn't even realise fitted into the same squadron, which is LMS, which is which is also a D-Day based aircraft. Then behind that we've got an easy model Angie, which is a Pacific based aircraft, I believe, although it's got the D-Day stripes on the back, so maybe it isn't. And then you're in the Southeast Asian Command RAF version, which is a really lovely looking aircraft. And then we go to Italy. So we have the Corgi Razorback there, and then the Dragon Razorback, which is Dallas Blonde. Really nice looking aircraft. And then we've got the Tuskegee Airman P-47 as well, which would have been in Italy as well. Right, on to the final row. And these, starting off, and again, talking about aircraft that are in the same fighter group, these are all UN prefixes. So you've got this one here with the rocket firing aircraft and the rather garish double blue type of scheme. Then behind that, you've got UNB, which is an IXO with D-Day stripes. And then behind that, you have another UN, and this is UNE, which is a Dragon. And then you've got Spirit of Atlantic City, which is UNM. And then you've got three of the same aircraft, because why the hell not? So I've got a Dragon first, a Matchbox, and then a Corgi. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you have all three? I mean, if you're a collectorholic, you've got to have that. And then you've got another one there, which is 164, and then the final one, which is a Matchbox, which is 3TH. There's a few bits and pieces I still need to get, like the Kansas Tornado. It's a Dragon one. I think it's the only Dragon one that I haven't got. In terms of Corgi, there's a couple. There's an it was a American-only release, which is a Pacific-based aircraft, which is only US only. I could have got it once from a guy in Holland, but the import tax was ridiculous. I'm trying to think what else there is. There's a couple of other bits and pieces. I think there's a Flying Mule exclusive P-47 as well. Nutter. I think there's a fair enough terminology there, Gaz. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing when you, like I said, when you get them all out and you put them all together, and then you look at it, and it is madness. There's no other word for it. But it's great that you can do this, and you can lump them all together and get a feel for really what you've got. But yeah, so it's really good. And as always, as I was taking them off, there's bits breaking off and bits falling off. It does become a bit of a hardship, but it really needed doing. For some reason, as we got further down the bays, hello Dwayne, as you got further down the bays, they're getting dirtier and dirtier. So that's 4 down out of 16. It's a bit easier when you get to the heavies because there's less in there, but as you can see, it's pretty mental. Next, I've not got to do the Hellcats next, because I've cleaned all them. I've not got to do the P39s, because I've cleaned them all, so I've got to do in the middle section. Excuse me, I've got hiccups there. So that'll be Corsairs, Avengers, Dauntless, Helldiver, Devastator, Wildcats, Buffaloes, I think. Yeah. And then after that, it gets really hectic, because we get into the ME 109s, which, if anybody's got any 109s, will realise that they're an absolute pain in the arse. At least they're not Calibre Tomcats, no. But what I do realise today is, as much as I love, let me take you to it. This, by the way, guys, is just, I feel a bit guilty not getting it so soon, because Rafe got it for my birthday, which is very kind of him. And you can probably see I've got 2 of the same aircraft, 007, 007. Didn't really think much of it, because 148 isn't really my the shine on my Major Glen Eagleston is fading. Any tips to shine it up? Spit, Dwayne. Bit of spit. No. I don't know, actually, mate, to be honest with you. Or Brasso's probably good at bringing stuff out, but I don't know whether it's be corroded or corrode the actual aircraft. But Brasso's good at shining stuff up. You can get a thing called Clear, which a lot of modeler it's basically a flooring product, but a lot of modelers use it as almost like a gloss finish after they put decals on. I don't know whether that would make a bit of a difference to it, but I really don't know, mate. Glass cleaner, again, glass cleaner is what's used to make your glass shine. So that would put a little bit of that in small amounts onto a bit of cotton wool, probably do the job. Anyhow, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, this here, I had to obviously move these around. I don't know if you can see, but bits are falling off. I've just given up on that, to be fair. Okay, there you go. Gary's just said, once they're tarnished, that's it, you're buggered. But yeah, this is mental. It's so good. It's solid as well. It's the only Phantom in your collection you can move around without things falling off. The only errors, which I would say, and they've certainly rectified this bit, is the canopy. So if you look at the Lightning, which again, when I got this, I did exactly the same thing. 148, no, I don't want it. And then you get it, and it's brilliant. The canopy, they've obviously rectified. And now they're going to have an open canopy. The only other error, which is very, very Corgi, is the fuel tank putting the fuel tank, you can't have it on the stand with the fuel tank, which is crazy, really. I mean, you could try and drill a hole in it, but then you're damaging the model. So, yeah, but this is amazing. It's really, really good. Solid as well. It just looks the part. Really, really happy with that one. So, yeah. And yeah, that's it really for me. Now I've got to put all these buggers back, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And remember, tonight at 10 o'clock, I'll be going live with Christian all the way down in Australia. I'm in a much better mood tonight after England's performance in the Ashes overnight, thankfully. But I'm still not going to let him mention it because the first day or two was absolute poop. So I'll be going live tonight at 10 o'clock, and we'll be talking through sort of what we hope to see in the Corgi catalogue. Some of the other issues as well around distribution, shipping and price and all that sort of the moment. So it could be quite a lengthy chat. Please tune in. But if you can't tune in, I'll save the video and post it on the page and on YouTube after as well. It'd be great to have a few of you on. If you've got any questions you want to ask, there's a question up on the Instagram stories. Just ping some on there. I've got a few already from some of you guys, including you, Dwayne, as well. So I will ask that question. That's really it from me. I hope you enjoy these little chaotic videos, ad-lib videos that I'm doing, because it's really the first time I've had everything, all the same type of aircraft together and laid out so you can see the bigger picture. And it's better for me when they go back on, because now I'll do a D-Day shelf for Lightnings where they was on 3 different shelves last time around. I'll have a Eastern European, a Pacific theatre area as well, and the same with these. These will all go back on in some sort of squadron order, which makes it a little bit better, and it makes it more, I guess, it just makes it look prettier, doesn't it? But yeah, look, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to go and crack on now. Well, this idiot has a nice little kip, bless him, and the other one who nearly got run over earlier. Bearing in mind she's been run over once already in her life, decided to run out after a Jack Russell earlier, and literally skidded to a halt at the edge of the road. Gave me a heart attack this morning. So thanks for that, Luna. That's it for me. If you can tonight, tune in at 10 o'clock, please do. Might be a little bit later than planned because Christian's got Mrs. has got to go to work and has got to get a few bits and bobs sorted out. But the plan is to go live at 10. Hopefully see you there. Make yourself a cup of tea, bring yourself some biscuits, sit down, listen, chat. And if you want to get involved in some of the chat as well, please do. It makes it more interesting for us as well. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in about 6 and a bit hours' time. Take care.